I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a virtuoso for people like you. People seeking knowledge in the preparation of a set of drawings. Drawings that have been skillfully honed and refined over many years of meticulous commitment to craft and design. If you follow along, you may find yourself learning something you haven't previously considered. Now, keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the ride at all times. Please remain seated. Keep your eyes fixated on the screen, and enjoy your ride.
Next video. Trying to keep these short for you guys, that's why I broke that up. For me, it happens to be the same night as the previous video. I'm going to draw the foundation plan, and so we'll have the same dates if you're wondering, but it would be another update to this. So with that, let's get back into the plans. And because we had decided that 100 feet seems good, I know that I'm going to want that box, I'm going to want those grids. There's going to be a lower level, I'm going to want this name. Let's just call it probably foundation plan, right? Foundation plan, still the quarter. The number might be questionable. Let's call that X for a moment, so we don't forget to change it. So what are we going to need a foundation for? Would we do a foundation under here? Probably not. I'm probably just going to do it under the building that might have a slab or something. It might be part of the patio. We'll deal with that when we get back to the, site plan. So but remember, we had this on the A area. It's a non-printing layer, so it's not going to print. We can just leave it on. We can turn it off if it's easier. But because I did that around the perimeter, I can use that to draw the perimeter of my building here. I know this is 100 feet down, or 1,200 inches, so that is likely going to be my perimeter of my building. If we're making foundation walls, let's do that. Foundation walls. So I've got a bunch of things in here. So how about just a concrete variable? It's going to be a concrete wall, and the variable means that we can adjust its width. So like this one is concrete variable with a 5.5 stud. So what that means, because that's called out, I can't adjust the stud, but I can adjust the concrete. So right now this is 5.5 inch concrete, which I don't know why it would be that, but it is. Probably more like 8 inch concrete, and you see how it automatically adjusts, everything moves up. So that's more likely of what would happen. But in any event, we want to use this one, and so again, to do this, I can select it, say add selected, and the command that is wall add selected. So the way that I do that, I have a key shortcut that is WA, and it says which wall do you want to select. I want to do that one. I come over here. What do I leave this? Oh, that's at 12 inches. I really want that to be 8 inches. Right now it's saying it's 10 feet tall. We don't really use the height here, even though we can. I just kind of leave that for right now. And draw my foundation walls. We'll say this is what, 36 inch walls, something like frost depth. We'll assume it's in a cold climate. And I just lost my area. Deselect those. Let's move that to the front. The reason I want that is because if I go over here, how big are these? That's a foot. Do I have an 8 inch one? Let's see, that's a 12. Where's my other? There you go. How about this? Oh man, these are all 12 inch walls. Okay. This is usually around 6 or 8 inches. So if it's an 8 inch wall plus 6, let's just say it's that. Actually, it's probably an 18 inch footing. So if I have center line of this, and I know that that's 9 inches, right? If it's an 18 inch footing, that's where the footing is going to be. So what is that dimension? If you don't like math, it's 5 inches. So we're going to offset 5 inches. That area line again, remember that came in handy. Again, if I know that I want this to be exactly 18 inches, I can offset that line that far. That's the inside. Get rid of my layout lines. I don't need this one anymore. And instead of being on the A area layer, I can move this to the A below layer, because technically that's the foundation, the wall below. So that what we're drawing, if you're not familiar, where was that? There it is. We're drawing this wall, which in my case is 8 inches thick, and then we're drawing these lines, which is that footing. We won't have a basement or a slab or anything like that. Maybe we will have a crawl space, so it could be a crawl space plan. I don't really know how you access this because the grade is going to be up here, so it's more likely slab on grade. Maybe we'll draw a section of that later. Or we'll just even note it right now. So I don't need a room name tag because that's not in there. We can just do it with a note. Do a text. And slab on grade. We could call that a foundation wall. Most likely we have a structural engineer involved, so they will probably trick this out a little bit more for us. I could add more dimensions, but essentially we have the overall dimensions that we need for everything. Why is that like that? I don't know why I did that. That looks silly. I should have did that on the other side. Let's change that. Whoops. No, I don't want to do that. Let's edit in place. Alright, maybe that got offset or something. Not really sure. Where's the 25? Oh. How did those get... Normally I do the overall dimension furthest out. That's supposed to be, oh, that was supposed to be 21. That's probably what happened. Let's go back. Maybe? I don't even know. Oh no, that's the 16. I don't know. Let's just fix it. Those align. Stop. These align. So our furthest overall dimension is on the outside. As you break down your dimensions, it gets more and more defined. That's the same as I did up here. So the overall is there, the breakdown is here. But this is a different breakdown for that side than this side, so it all makes sense. So now that I did that here, I can say save my changes, say OK, and then that will magically update all of my blocks, because if you recall, these are all blocks. It was the paste in place block, so that's why it's some weird name, but I know that that's what all of those are. So that is my foundation plan. I don't really need more dimensions because they're all dimensioned where we have it. This was going to be probably a concrete slab or something out here. It may be terrace. We may terrace all up to it. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to leave it alone. The main reason I'm doing this, we don't typically do a foundation plan, maybe a basement plan, but not just a slab on grade foundation plan. Generally, we leave that up to our structural engineer. But for the purposes of this video, I wanted to show and how we would do another plan. So in here, let's add a third plan. And again, it's just a copy of that. But if I go in here, I can do the -P for pan distance. I'm going to move that up 100 feet. Everything will align. The only other thing that I have to do now is, like I said previously, I'd probably renumber these so that my lowest level is 1, 2, 3, just to reinforce what we're doing with our levels. The reason this is over to the side and I'm making this less important is because we just don't use that as much. Like most people are going to be looking at this for the longest duration of the job. They're going to want to know where the toilets go, where the doors go, where the windows go, if there's any notes in here, if we add any furniture or anything else in this cabana. Maybe we'll add, sink or something. Not really sure just yet. So if I continue here, double click in here, this one becomes a 2. Click out. I'm not doing anything when I go in here, so as long as I don't move things around, or I could lock them, which would probably be even better if I'm going to do it this way. I should just highlight it and then lock the display, then it won't move around for you. So that's that. I still have my elevations open. So through the magic of YouTube, I'm going to reprint. Actually, let me save that just in case. It's always good to save. We're going to publish. 3 and 4, it's in the right order. So go ahead. Put this in the jobs folder, sample, drawings, plots folder. And so since we have the one today, I'm going to rewrite this one because I did it in the same day. So that is going to become our new version. And I would like to replace it. Yes, thank you. Do I want to save the sheets? No, I don't. And that is set up printing in the background because I have background plotting turned on. It's going to go through that. It's done. Thank you. And if I open up the folder, select that one again, we have 3 plans. So the line weights look good, slab on grade. We've got a fat line around the perimeter. The part where we're actually cutting through has a fat line. Seems to make sense. The foundation below is dashed. Maybe we would dimension that. I probably would leave that up to our structural engineer. Again, I'm just showing this so that we can show how we put things together for our set. This I didn't do any wipeout or anything to because it is important that I want to see that that line shows up with there and there. The roof plan usually has more items on the roof, which is why I wiped out the inside of this. And I think it just looks better. We could certainly add shingles and things like that to dress this up a little bit more. And maybe down the road we will. As I said, we always do iterative plans, so this would be maybe a client meeting that we're rushing off to and doesn't have the full extent of how the drawings are going to look. If we really want to get technical, maybe we'd show some wood grain in here. Maybe there would be more pieces in here, something along those lines. So for right now, each plan has a title, it has a north arrow, it has what it is, it has its names, it has dimensions, it's on a sheet with a date, the date is updated, the name is on there, that's clear, our pool house is on there, your location is on there. So once you set all that up, it should just repeat, and then that repeats on the second pages. So this will need more stuff here. To continue drawing out this sheet, it's possible that I'll move maybe to a site plan for next. That might be a good thing to tackle, to put this on the site and go from there. So with that printed, I think we're good. Thanks for watching.